It's a matchup of two former league MVPs in the NFC South. It's Matt Ryan and the Falcons taking on Cam Newton and the Panthers.
Larry, with a beautiful skyline towering just to the right of us, you get a look inside Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd down now after the pass completion. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And on 2nd and 10 now. To throw again. Newton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On second down, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And a big 32-yard play on third. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And they'll get him down right around the 16. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant from the right hash. This from 33. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
It's good to be the kicker for the top offense in the NFL, and Matt Bryant was that in 2016. Led the league in scoring with 158 points, but boy, does Atlanta find him valuable. So dependable and clutch.
And he's been valuable in this league for a while. Hard to believe he's been around since 2002. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 3rd and short.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. The 20, 10. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. 67 yards. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 75 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. And he knocks it through. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They go play action with Stewart. Now Newton. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We've been together a little while now, partner. How often do we actually describe tight ends as nifty? Because that's what I think of when I see Greg Olsen on the field. His ability to run routes, create space and separation, and make those catches downfield.
And sure consistent. The numbers the last couple years almost identical, and both over 1,000-yard seasons. Now it's Newton. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. On second down, McCaffrey. And some space here. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first down, Newton. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go. And this is taken in at the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Greg Olsen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have taken the lead. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
And they will line up now for the two-point try. Out of the gun, Newton. And that is Incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's Ryan to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. A good pickup there at 22. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Julio Jones is off to a monster first half, but still, can he reach what he did against the Panthers in 2006?
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons are in for 6. It's good, and the lead moves now to 2. It's 17-15. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, that pass hitting the ground means time to shift gears for a second. Look at the AFC West. The Chiefs and the Chargers playing Saturday night in what could be ultimately a division championship game.
And boy, things have really changed, though, haven't they? Because we thought that at one point the Chiefs were running away with this division. They came back to the pack. The Chargers came forward. And as you mentioned, now we're down to potentially a one-game showdown to decide who's going to go to the playoffs, and what a showdown that's going to be. Alex Smith for the Chiefs, Phillip Rivers for the Chargers. Let's get it on.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet, and he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the safety, Kurt Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, let's step aside from this game for a second and look at the NFC playoff picture right now. You've got the Eagles at 11-2, the Vikings at 10-3, and after that you got 3 9-4 teams, Charles, all vying for that third spot.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Rams leading the NFC West, but the story to me is the NFC South. Because right now, if the season ends, you've got 3 teams from the South in the playoffs. New Orleans, Carolina, and Atlanta. So things are volatile in that division, but all 3 legitimate contenders.
It's going to be a fun last 3 weeks, especially in that division.
Certainly, because they're all going to play each other over that time.
On first down, it's Newton. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. And now a first down following that long gain. From the red zone now, Newton. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Olsen. Greg Olsen, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Again, Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, That's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now Ryan on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A Falcon first down, Ryan to his young tight end, Hooper.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Picked up a first down.
On the counter, Devontae Freeman. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 38 yards on the scamper there.
We can talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
They'll run here with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. K1 short. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
Newton on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now Newton on first down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. McCaffrey on the counter, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. From the 50, Newton. Looking for Shepard deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Being chased, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the fourth.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they're going to go soft on the corners. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
They were stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He's back to throw.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he is down deep into Carolina territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. To throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
On third down, that's Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here we go on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. He'll look to throw. Dancing to, and he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, We're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And the Panthers coming out now. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. Looking deep for Julio. And that is incomplete. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And here now come the Falcons. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical time.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Julius Peppers in there to sack him for a loss of 6. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. To throw is Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
This is taken at the 23. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
That part 1 is done, now part 2. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Newton. And this is incomplete. The intended target that time, Brenton Burson. And now it's 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. To the air again, Newton. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's fourth down. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down. They snap it to Newton. It's caught, Shepard. And he's going to be run over. Hit hard as he'll be marked down. 7 yards there on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Panthers. Throwing again is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And this one complete right side to Funchess. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Stewart, and he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This a 43-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.